Hello everybody, this is Abby Normal. Welcome back to Cupid. Oh, my ear popped. There you go. We're about to find out what happened between Gilly and Catherine after the whole little kiss. I've only just realised, out of all the videos I've done, out of all the visual novels I've read, I've never had to read out a kiss in description. So a lot of people were like, oh, I see how it was. Was it because it was a lesbian kiss, Abby? But truth be told, I've never read out a kiss before, and that was really awkward. I don't want to read out kissing scenes or love scenes. I'm glad I turned the mature filter on because damn. Anyway, let's see what's going to happen. The clock read 2:15 in the morning. Jesus Christ. He closed his journal and stood up from his desk. Yes, coming. He opened his door. Catherine stood in front of him, her cheeks stained with hastily wiped tears. Kath? Gilly, can we talk? Oh, isn't it quite late? Please, it's urgent. All right. Gilly led her inside. Lady, you smell like my vintage bottle of bourbon? I don't know. Did you get so drunk you actually thought of apologising first? I didn't think I'd see the day. Sherry, what's wrong? Catherine's thumb went to her mouth without thinking. How could she even begin to tell Gilly what she had done? Honey, I was really upset with you today. So despite any good sense, I went and got myself drunk. This time, I dragged Rosa along with me. Things have a tendency to go out of hand when alcohol is involved, as you know. Long story short, I came on to Rosa. You know Rosa, the girl who's almost like my sister. Yes, I may have forced myself on her. And I did that right after she told me she has been abused before. She felt Gilly's hand take her thumb away from her mouth. Kath. She looked at her fingers in horror. Her habit had surfaced. She thought she had gotten rid of this as she grew up, replacing the nail-biting with meticulous, almost obsessive care for her fingers. My fingers are my livelihood. I must take care of them. Now the nails were chewed down to jagged stumps, and a couple of them had tiny blistering cuts. Ew. Kath, can you talk? Catherine's eyes snapped back to Gilly as if he had just materialised in the room beside her. So yes, like I was saying, darling, which is the worst thing, what do you think? This implied incest, my abuse of my best friend, or my infidelity to you? If that doesn't cut it, dear, may I divulge you one last point? I felt something worrying when I kissed her. Excitement. If she hadn't stopped me, something else would have... It felt so real. It didn't feel like a mistake. It felt like it had always been there, buried deeply. So much so that it felt like cheating. It was like a craving I wanted. It was something I haven't felt with you when we... Why is this happening? I don't know. I don't even know who I am anymore. Kath, you are scaring me. Tell me what's wrong. Would you still want to marry me? Would you still love me if you knew? Because I wouldn't. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. But I think I know who I am now. I am a selfish, depraved bitch. I have always been the controlling, jealous lover to you. And just one night of drunken frenzy, I went and took advantage of the two people I care for the most. Not enough wine to justify this. I want to call off the engagement. At first, Catherine saw that Gilly treated it as a joke, but the panic in his eyes set in immediately. What? I said I'm calling off the engagement. Well, I refuse. Gilly, you can't refuse. You don't have the choice. I'm leaving tomorrow. No! Not until you tell me what's wrong. Gilly's eyes didn't flinch. These were the looks he gave her that melted her heart. They were so sure and steadfast in their care. They were just fighting this morning, a fight she had started as usual, yet there was no doubt in his eyes at all. If she were to see that certainty fades away from his eyes, she knew it would break her. Hang on. Oh God. Sorry, I went to take a drink and I accidentally picked up the bottle of glue. I nearly drank glue. Okay. This is why you shouldn't read and drink at the same time. If she were to see that certainty fade away from his eyes, she knew it would break her. Is it about the fight earlier? Because, Kath, I swear to you, I haven't done anything. No. Stop. Hearing him reinstate his devotion to her just made it more painful. Tears pooled in her eyes and fell in huge, ugly globs. She'd been doing so well too. She had thought she could hold it in until she left. She wiped the tears as best she could, but more kept pouring out. It is about that. Then what is it? What do you want me to do? Whatever it is, I shall do it. This was so hard. Why did this have to be so hard? That's what he said. Why did she even go here? Because she wanted to see his face. She wondered what it would be like for a cheater to go back to the arms of her lover. Would it change somehow? Did she still love him? How could she even tell? All her emotions were wrapped in a thick layer of guilt. It was hard to distinguish every painful thought. She started to sob now. Yes, indeed, ugly, unflattering snorts came out of her nose. It felt comforting to hold on to guilt. Its existence made the hatred towards herself bite less. Kath, please, tell me what's bothering you. I don't deserve you. I'm a horrible person. You ought to find someone else to marry. Catherine let the words tumble out of her mouth, slightly relieved to be rid of them. She looked tearfully up at Gilly to gauge his reaction, but he just stared back at her blankly. Why wouldn't he say anything? Catherine sobbed and feared the worst. Gilly cleared his throat and spoke hesitantly. Sorry, I had to take a drink, Kathy. Could you repeat that? He cupped his hand to his ear and angled it closer to her face. He apparently hadn't caught any of her heartfelt words. Because Catherine snarled angrily at him. You idiot! I'm having a breakdown here. I didn't understand what you said. I said you ought to find someone else because I'm a horrible person. Gilly pulled her to him. Oh, that's it? Whatever made you think that I'll accept that reason? Catherine's tears soaked his shirt. You don't know what I've done. Then tell me. Oh my God, that's what I can imagine. I've got it in my head now and it's the worst voice in the world. Did you punch your baby? Catherine! No! The inside joke made her laugh out of the blue. She buried her face in his chest in a half sob, half laugh. Suddenly her doubts were cleared. Suddenly she didn't want to marry anyone else. Catherine's arms tightened around Gilly's waist. I've been taking you for granted, haven't I? I've been arrogant, expecting you to always adjust to me and my whims. A new fervour sprang out of her love for him. I don't deserve you right now, but I'll work on that if you give me another chance. First she would tell him what she had done. Then it would be up to him if he still wanted her. He deserved that decision. What I did. But Gilly stopped her with a kiss on her forehead. Your mouth can still talk. Tomorrow. After a hearty breakfast and a good night's rest. I'll listen to what you have to say, though I'm quite sure my answer won't be the same. Catherine's face melted into a smile and he beamed at her. My star finally smiles. Catherine wiped her eyes. I love you so much. She sighed with content, part of her anxiety put to rest. I do, I really do. She whispered that last one. I do. There you go. She whispered that last one under her breath, as if trying to console herself. Gilly. Yes, dear? I needed to take a drink. Will you make love to me? Gilly's brow shot up in surprise. Yeah, Gilly's brow and my brow currently look at each other like, what? Right now? Yes. No. Well, if you're not ready, later is also fine. Or tomorrow. But since it's already morning, then technically it's today, right? Gilly's head tilted slightly, and a amused smirk plastered on his face. Please take me seriously, Gilly. This is important to me. I have to know. I have to make sure. Make sure of what? Catherine. Gilly held her hand. I think you are tired. And just a little bit balmy. More than usual, I mean. But this is what we will do. Gilly guided the woman to the bed and sat her down. We are going to lay on the bed. I'm going to pat your hair until you fall asleep. I shall skip work today, have that trifling little talk you want, and as such, if you're still in the love-making type of mood, then, mademoiselle, I will take you up on your offer. Oh! I know where it ends as well! God damn it, Gilly! Catherine's eyes moistened, but this time they were happy tears. I love you. Gilly shrugged and lifted Catherine's legs up onto the bed. I love you too, and aren't you lucky? Save it. He climbed on the bed beside her. Catherine draped her arm over him. He searched for her hand, brought it to his lips and patted it. She closed her eyes and rested her head on his chest, comforted by the warmth of his embrace. Monsieur, can I ask you something? Why do you love me so much? Gilly mused for a while. Is that a trick question? It feels like a trick question. I'm getting a whole new sassy vibe from Gilly just this night. I love it. Catherine whined. Sounds like a hippo dying rather than a whine. There you go. Alright, I shall humour you for now because you're in such a pathetic state. I love you simply because it's easy to love you, darling. You are my star, my light. You keep me right, always. You make me want to do good by you, to be a better person. You aren't even my wife yet, but the townspeople are already calling you their lady. I may have to hand you the Marcus Dawn myself. That is only because everyone in the town knows who I am. Oh, I wonder why that is. Is it because you help sell vegetables in the marketplace on weekends? Or because you conspire with my cooks to hold impromptu picnics with the locals? Yeah, you know about that. One can only sneak out that much food without getting noticed, madame. It amuses me how the servants cover for you upon inquiry as well. It was my idea. They're not to blame. I know, darling, I know. Gilly chuckled and kissed her temple. It goes to show you how your presence uplifts everyone's lives. Oh, I missed it. Hang on. Go back. There you go. Including mine. But honestly, those reasons aren't exactly why. I'm going to get nice and close to the mic now. Ready? Are you ready? I love you, Kath. I just do. Beyond what I thought I was capable of. Catherine's heart cracked with his last utterance. If I did something bad, would you still love me? Yes, I would. Are you sure? I'm sure. What if I've hurt an innocent person? What if I've hurt you? She bit her lip. What if I was unfaithful? Gilly stared at her questioningly. Catherine buried her face in his chest. She felt his hand smooth away her hair. He whispered gently in her ear, "If you would still have me, come back to me." Sure. What happened doesn't matter at all. You are not your mistakes, Kath. Gilly cleared his throat. Suddenly he seemed to have trouble breathing. You have the power to change. Oh, no! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! How about you? If I told you that I'm not what I say I am, would you? What do you mean? Never mind. It's a silly question. What? Is something bothering you? Sure. Gilly turned his head away and closed his eyes. Nothing, darling. We should sleep now. Catherine patted away the frown on his brow. She traced his cheeks with her fingers. Gilly, I do love you. Now I am more than certain. It gives my heart happiness to know for sure. What reminded me was your generosity. You give every bit of yourself to the people you love. Do you know that? Because I have to, darling. Well, you've always inspired me. I have always looked up to you. You treat everyone, no matter their status, with kindness. Never have I met a man more generous and thoughtful about others. A man with so much love to give. And that is why I love you. You are a good man. But that's not what I really am. Catherine shook her head. You can't fake sacrifice, monsieur. I have seen you care for the people in this town. I've seen how you've loved me. I don't care much for intention, you see. It's what we actually do that defines us. Gilly paused, his voice... Oh, Gilly! His voice choked up in his throat. Not always. Not always. Gilly found Catherine's hand on his face and squeezed it. She stretched her neck and kissed his cheek. Catherine, you were always scared I would leave you. But the truth is, I know it is you who will leave me. And it hurts. What? You are different. I've loved you for so long. It scares me how deep I have rooted myself. Sometimes I deem it better to end this wretched existence. To save you from... What are you talking about, Gilly? You're not making any sense. Is it your turn to scare me? Is Gilly a vampire or something? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Hang on. Whoa. You guys can't see me, but my hands are away from the keyboard and up in the air because I'm trying to remember something about the original story of Cupid, the son of Venus, the Greek goddess of love. Cupid fell in love with a mortal woman. Yet the only way they could be together was if she didn't see his face. But she was tricked into seeing his face by lighting a candle. I'm joking. You like the clogs are turning in my head and I'm like, what if Gilly... It's going to sound ridiculous. What if Gilly is a god? Hey, I was right about the lesbian theory. I might be right about the Cupid theory. Okay. I'll carry on. I'm sorry. I didn't speak for a while. The air became a little uncomfortable. She could feel Gilly's stressful breathing on her forehead. Catherine wondered what Gilly was talking about, but it didn't seem like he wanted to discuss it further. When Gilly started to calm down, Catherine thought it was best to sleep and ask him about it the next day. But Gilly spoke again. His voice was low and serious. Catherine, do you love me? With all my heart, Gilly. I've loved you for what it seems like my whole life. The candle flickered. Gilly slipped his hands on Catherine's hair and gently pushed her face towards his. She closed her eyes and let the sensations of his lips take her. His mouth left sweet traces on her skin, as if washing away her sins, blessing her, anointing her. Catherine tasted salt in his kiss like the taste of I just can't. I hate describing kisses. It's the worst because it's like, I don't know, it's like a form of like, what it's called, like the sound. People don't like it when people chew, basically, and I can't remember what it's called, but like they can't stand it when people get close and go. And to me, I can handle that. It doesn't bother me, but the idea of like hearing the kiss and it, like the knowledge that lips are meeting and I'm good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my microphone for like a second. I'll stay silent. There'll be no noise. You guys can enjoy just this bit of script all on its own, just without me bothering. Okay? Okay. Kath, let's stop. You're tired. I want this. Kath. Do you love me, Catherine? Gilly, Her voice came out throaty and thick. Gilly laid her down on the bed. Do you love me? Oh God. Oh God, I love you. Okay. Shit, it's fucking terrifying. She caught something alarming as she stared up at him. He didn't look like Gully in the shadows unclipped by candlelight. His features were the same, his eyes were in the same place, his nose and lips were the same shape, but this man was a stranger. He did not care for her like how a snake didn't care for its prey. For a brief second she was afraid. Yeah, I'm pretty much where Kat is right now. A tiny voice told her to run away, but the voice was washed away by a wave of carnal desire. The stranger grinned at Catherine. What? Faster now, deeper his kisses went, as if something, reaching for something inside her. His weight on her body excited her, but it also felt like a prison. Run, rabbit, run. Oh God, I have fucking Bugs Bunny in my head now. Catherine viciously devoured his lips. Oh God, this is... Okay, yeah, going quiet again. Here comes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit. Run, run, run. 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 Here comes the farmer with his gun. He wants his farmer's pie. I'm uncomfortable right now. So don't stand idly by. Run, rabbit, run. What? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, no, I see it. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that was just an outline. He's got wings. Is Gilly an angel? Is he a god? He's actually Cupid. Jesus Christ, my theory was right. The mic is on, isn't it? Okay, good. In her mind's eye, he had started to become something else, a winged creature engulfed in flame, both hot and cold and magnificent, both beautiful and terrible, both dark and light. Unless, okay, So my theory about Cupid might not be right, but what if this... Okay, here's the other theory. What if Gilly is literally a fallen angel? Oh! At times she would be on the bed with a man she might remember as one she once loved. Other times she would be floating, suspended on a dark chasm of flesh. I don't like the pulsing. I don't like it. There was a creature with her, somebody she both loathed and adored. Sometimes there were two people, sometimes there was only him. Only him. The woman called Catherine didn't exist. She was merely an extension of his mind. Soon all of her would be gone, little by little disintegrating to be a part of him forever. Oh, bliss. She was prepared to give everything to him. It didn't even seem a worthy sacrifice to lay at his feet. But no, all he asked for was her. All he asked for was her heart. Oh, that small, pathetic thing. It had always been his anyway. She gave it gleefully. He was so generous and considerate, benevolent, fair. She worshipped him. He was her god. Please want me. Please find me pretty. She craved his love above anything else, above fear and confusion, above the mourning at something precious lost. Love me, please. Love me, she begged. I'll do anything for you. Anything. His lips did not move, save for a smile. The words simply dropped in her head, echoed and took root. Catherine's eyes lost their glimmer. Anything. Then tell me again. I want to hear it. Catherine, really uncomfortable. Do you love me, Catherine? Her name on his lips was the only reminder of her former self. I do. I love you. I love you so much. A wave of fire burnt her lips as their mouths entwined. His passion heightened, his back arched. Sweat beaded on his forehead and traced his temple. What a wondrous sight. He was ice beginning to thaw, a sun on the verge of eclipse. His coldness replaced by a radiating heat that melded and fastened her to him like fire with metal. Really? Do you really love me? Yes! She screamed. Oh, yes! She screamed. Yes! The candle fizzled out. Beneath the depths of her hazy mind, she was relieved she didn't have to look at his face. Okay. She tastes like the richest chocolate, the finest wine. I can't stop. Oh, I don't like the pulsing heart. My whole body shivers with the taste of her. Her breath on my neck, her fingers scratching at my back. Her lust gives me sustenance to move faster. Oh, wait, hang on. Boom. I know. I get it. I know what it is. To devour her faster. Stop. I knew waiting so long would be worth it. I have been her lover for years. This flavour is divine. My head spins. My appetite swells. I can't stop. I can feel her excitement mounting with her helplessness. I lick my lips in delight. I haven't breathed so deeply for a long time. You're taking too much. Her love is exquisite. It is laced with anger, reverence, disappointment, pain, memories. All different relishes and morsels melding into one. Stop it! Her love is a delicacy. You're destroying her. I can't stop myself. I haven't tasted this kind of love for so long. Flirtations and physical attraction can only get me by for so long. I was going to wait. There is a waning in her love, confusion, doubt, but that helping of guilt tinged the flavour perfectly. I must feed now. Her love is the most perfect tonight. My body wants her. I couldn't stop now if I wanted to. Liar. Okay. Quick into section bite, because it's... I just realised that the way he's talking about eating her and feeding upon her is he's feeding upon almost her energy, but he's feeding upon her as a person and her sexual energy. My theory that he's a god, my theory that he's a fallen angel, has just become the theory that he might be, I can't remember what the male term is a succubus? It might be. And in that case, my mind just remembered something. When Rosa and Catherine were kissing earlier, Rosa was having the exact same issue he is having now. She had the red tinge to the screen with the voice inside of her saying that she must feed. What if they are two demons who both feed off the same energy, the same sexual energy, and they have just happened to meet and fall in love with the same woman, the same human woman, who will probably be driven insane by Gilly and accidentally Rosa as well, because yeah, my heart breaking little because I feel like all the stress and all the weight of these characters. Okay. And I almost let you escape. To save her. I almost ran away. I love her. I love her. And tomorrow, maybe, what will become of her? I will find another. Next time. Something insignificant. I want to relish this taste a bit more. No! No! With every move, I feel her love osmos into my other mouth. She clings to me, her moans louder, her bare chest glistens with sweat. She is beautiful. It won't be long now. A final drawing of breath. Do you love me, Catherine? Give me all your love. All of it. Give it to me. I want it all. It's mine. Mine. Catherine, give me more. I want more. More. No, didn't like that. Oh, no, my skin. No, more. No, God, I got the heebie-jeebies so bad. Oh, hey, Rosa. Rosa stood in front of the door to Catherine's room, her hand raised to knock, but she didn't move. Duh, she's not there. Doubt was creeping into her mind like a spider crawling on a wall. She remembered the feeling of hunger from the night they had kissed. It was both familiar and utterly alien, like an instinct, an urge she hadn't felt for a long time. Rosa, you missed some shit. A shiver ran down her spine at the memory. She's avoiding me, isn't she? She hadn't seen Catherine for a few days since that night. She had been spending a lot of her time alone, locked away in her room. Whenever Rosa saw her in the chateau, she would excuse herself and leave. Rosa never got the courage to push the issue. But days had passed, and Catherine's behaviour began to worry her even more. Shut up, Mum. Shut up, Mum. Okay, let's have a look. She is selfish just like everyone else. She is probably repulsed by you. Neither of that is true. That's the problem. By insinuating that she is probably repulsed is that Rosa will now feel the guilt that she was the one who did that, and she is selfish just like everyone else. Might put Mum back on... Yeah, might make her feel like, no, it wasn't my fault. Yeah. Okay. What did you expect? She's selfish, just like everybody else. She used you as an experiment, and now that her curiosity is sated, she's done with you. You don't matter to her, you probably never did. Which is a good thing, darling. You see her true face. No matter. She's never going to love you like Mother does. No. Like all of the others, she's going to leave you in the end, and then you're all alone. Only Mother will stay with you forever and love you. So be a good child and listen to what I tell you. Rosa bit her lower lip. This was all her fault, wasn't it? She needed to make it right. If Rosa talked to her properly, she was sure they would come to an understanding. She had to explain to her. What exactly? They had both been drunk and the kisses didn't mean anything. Her stomach churned at this thought. In the end, it didn't matter what Rosa wanted. Catherine obviously regretted what happened. But she didn't want to lose her friend because of too much wine. Rosa gently knocked on Catherine's door. Kath, may I come in? Please, Kath. I'm sorry for this mess, but can we talk? Rosa waited for an answer. None came. Rosa turned the handle slowly and entered. Yikes. Usually, Catherine's room was brightly lit. The windows let in a fresh breeze, often carrying the sweet smell of flowers in spring. Right now, however, the curtains were drawn closed. The few candles burning on a desk weren't enough to banish the darkness completely. The air hung heavy in the room. Oh, she's blow-witching in the corner and very uncomfortable. Ugh. Catherine didn't turn around when the door opened. She just stood there, unmoving, in front of a wall. No, I don't like it. I really don't like it. The sound of something scratching along her mouth's surface filled the air. She's scratching the walls, isn't she? Rosa felt a shiver run down her spine at the sound, and her muscles tensed instinctively. Yeah, I get that. She approached Catherine slowly and apprehensively. Oh. Stop it, Kath, stop it. When she came closer, she could hear that Catherine was whispering the same few words of... Catherine, stop! I'm taking my headphones off. When she came closer, she could hear that Catherine was whispering the same few words over and over again. He loves me. He loves me not. Catherine giggled. He loves me. He loves me not. Kath, are you all right? Is it safe to put my headphones back on? Rosa stepped next to Catherine and peered at her outstretched hand. No! In the dim light, it took a moment for her to make sense of what she saw. Kath, stop scratching the walls. Catherine was scratching at the wall. Stop scratching the wall, Catherine! The damage she had done to the wall was nothing compared to what she'd done to her fingers. Kath? Oh my God, Kath, stop! Rosa's guts twisted horribly. She grabbed Catherine's shoulders to turn her around away from the wall. She blinked a couple of times before finally reacting to Rosa's presence. Tears welled up in Catherine's bloodshot eyes at the sight of her friend, spilling over her pale cheeks and chapped lips. She held on tightly to Rosa and started sobbing uncontrollably. Kath, what's going on? Why are you hurting yourself? Catherine tried to pull herself together as best she could, wiping her nose on the sleeve of her soiled dress. It was heart-wrenching to look at the mess that her friend had become. Rosa, you need to help me. You need to protect me from him. Don't let him touch me. Who? Let him what? Why do you need me to protect you? Suddenly Catherine shushed her, a finger moving to her lips and with a scared expression on her face. She leaned an ear towards the door and listened intensely for a moment. Oh, he's here! The scared expression turned into manic and frightening glee. I think he's coming. Gilly, honey! Gilly, I love you. After yelling the last words, Catherine started sobbing again with more tears streaming down her face. Before Rosa could try to console her, however, her sobs faded into hysterical laughter. It barely left time for her to gasp for breath. Gilly, I love the way you pull me close to hug me, and how kind you are to everyone you meet. And your eyes, your eyes. What's going on here? Gilly stood in the door, frowning. Gilly, what have you done to her? His eyes wandered across the room and caught sight of Catherine. His face froze in shock. Catherine stared wide-eyed for a second, then she snarled at him like a ferocious animal. You bastard! Get out of my room! Get lost! She stormed over to the desk and grabbed a letter opener from the table. With this weapon in a firm grip and malice in her eyes, she rushed to Gilly. Don't you dare show your face to me! Catherine, no! The knife plunged into Gilly's arm. Blood quickly stained his sleeve. But Catherine only recoiled to strike back with no hint of stopping. Oh my God! Catherine! They wrestled for a moment until Gilly was able to grab Catherine's hand. She dropped the letter open and slumped to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Rosa quickly picked up the blade and stepped out of reach. When she turned around again, Gilly had already pulled Catherine into a tight embrace. Between her sobs and hiccups, Rosa could hear her apologising. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Gilly. What? I'm so sorry. Do you love me? Please, Gilly, do you love me? She repeated the question over and over again, no matter how many times Gilly reassured her. It was probably a good idea to find something to calm her down. Rosa didn't feel completely at ease doing so, but she felt her friend alone with the Marquis for a few moments before she left. Later, she returned with a glass of water laced with valerian root. Gilly had already coaxed Catherine to lie down on her bed while Rosa helped her drink the nightcap. They watched her in silence as she drifted into a fitful sleep. Gilly and Rosa left the room. I need a pause. I'm going to stop it there for today. I don't need to do this anymore. What is this? What is this? I have so many theories and so many conflicting emotions. Jesus Christ, I haven't even finished the game. I've been playing it for what feels like... I think I've been playing it for like 4, maybe 5 hours. This has been Cupid. This is Abby Normal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.